So in this worksheet, you're going to be looking at the number of protons, electrons, neutrons. Let me try letter A with you. So I'm looking at lithium. Here they're not telling us a specific isotope, so I have to look at the periodic table and use the number 3 as the number of protons and the 6.94 as the mass. So if you can see here, let me just So again, the 3 is the number of protons and 6.941 is the mass. So we would try to use the AZ notation here to show you. So it would be the 3 would go on the bottom left corner, and then the 6.9 that you saw here, 6.94, you will round to 7. So put 7 right there. So the mass number is the 7. The atomic number is the 3, which is the same as the number of protons, which is the same as the number of electrons because this is neutral. As you can see, there's nothing in the top right-hand corner. That means it's a 0. Okay, so it has 0 charge. So the neutrons would be 7 minus 3 equals 4. Okay. So for this one, this is the AZ notation. Again, this one's a specific isotope. So you have the mass number of the isotope and the atomic number of the isotope right there. Okay, so here they're asking you for the isotopic notation. The isotopic notation is the element symbol, for example, hydrogen, dash the mass number, for example, 3. So this is the isotopic notation. For this hydrogen, it has 1 proton and it has 2 neutrons. And because it has a mass of 3, so 1, 2, 3, and the 3 right there. And then this is a neutral substance, so it would have 1 electron. Okay, just for your information. So here again, you have the isotopic notation, pretty simple. Again, that number is the mass number, which is equal to the protons and the neutrons. And all of these are isotopic notation again. So let me help you on the worksheet ions as well. So over here, we have calcium. So in this, you're going to look up the definition of an ion, cation and anion. You actually watched it. So let's look at calcium. So look at calcium here, and it says 20 is the atomic number and 40.08. So I'm going to round this to the nearest whole number. I'm going to round this to 40 as the mass number, and this is the atomic number. So I'm going to write the AZ notation here. So the mass number for calcium is 40, and the atomic number is 20. Okay, so now you can easily see the atomic number is 20, protons 20, and then the mass is 40, that's the mass. So here's the mass. The number of neutrons would be 40 minus 20 is 20. Now the number of electrons. This has a positive 2 charge, which means it has 20 protons. So this is how you would draw it. 20 protons, 20 neutrons to have a total mass of 40. If it were neutral, it would have 20 electrons as well to make it cancel. Because it has a positive 2 charge, you are not allowed to touch the nucleus, because if you make this two more protons in there to make it positive, you're going to make something else. Calcium plus 2 protons would be, you're going to make titanium, and I don't want titanium, I want calcium. So in ordinary chemical reactions, we only remove or add in electrons. Positive 2 means removing electrons. And in this case, we will remove 2 electrons. So 2 electrons will leave. So now we don't have 20 electrons, we now have 18 electrons. So if you add the charge, you can see 20 positives, 18 negatives, you're going to have a positive 2 charge.